Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Dairoku, and we're trying. Okay, there we go. Look, the up and the down, and I'm like, just go where I want. Anyway, we're starting at the map. The map. We're on a map. I don't know. There's some kind of a song about a map. Was that from like Dorothy Explorer? I don't remember. Anyway. Definitely not mail. I remember Blue's Clues mail. We got a letter. Shit. Fuck. I'm sorry. You're singing that in your head now, aren't you? I am too. It's okay. I fucked us both over. So anyway, we're going to go to the field of autumn leaves with Shiratsuki. Surprising. I had no idea we'd go to see Shiratsuki. Not at all, darling. Not at all. Ooh, Common Route Chapter 2, Nap Time. I came to the field of autumn leaves on my break. It was much quieter than in town, making it a good place to take a rest. After wandering around a bit, I saw a familiar face near the roots of a large tree. Shiratsuki? I approached him and realized he was actually sleeping. He's making himself so defenseless, taking an afternoon nap in a place like this. I didn't think a prank would be pulled on the Shire of Kikutsune, but it'd be too late if something did happen. He looks like he's sleeping so soundly, so I don't want to wake him, but... I quietly peek at his sleeping face. This would have been a really good place for, like, a sleepy CG, but, like, no. His eyelashes are so long. Aren't they always when they're boys? They always have beautifully glorious long lashes. And they always have the perfect curls and waves in their hair, and their hair is always the nicest. And yet we're the ones that have to get dressed up and parade around. I'm sorry. But, like, look at the animal kingdom. The male animals are always the pretty one. Look at the male peacock. Hello! Hello! Look at my tail. Male cardinals are the red ones, and the females are just like, oh, we're brown, boring, whatever. Female birds are always like, bleh. Like, the male ones are like, hello, look at my plumage. Oh my god. So I just think men should be the ones getting pretty for us, alright? Just make it easier for me. Just so I don't have to care. That's why I like my pretty boys. Alright? It's just nature. Maybe, actually. I don't know. His eyelashes are so long. Are all Ayakashi like this? No, just all men. Absorbed by Shiratsuki's sleeping face, I realized I was forgetting my actual intention. Wait, no! I'm supposed to be waking him up! I look again at Shiratsuki and hear a quiet, steady breathing coming from him. You were here to take a break, you could just sit down next to him. Maybe I shouldn't wake him up. Still, I felt like Seimi would be angry with me if something happened after I just left him there. Shiratsuki, wake up please. You can't sleep in a place like this. He gave no sign of waking up, likely in a considerably deep sleep. Running out of options, I get on my knees and lightly shake Shiratsuki's shoulder. That's too much S alliteration. Shiratsuki, please get up. If you're going to sleep, please go home and sleep in your room. Oh, there you go. Now we get a CG. That's a sleeping face, though. That's... Okay. All right. This is absolutely a sleeping face. Because here's the thing. They always put people a sleeping face. Look, they're beautiful, angelic. Oh, they're gorgeous in their sleep. Nobody looks good in their sleep. Have you ever looked at a sleeping face? We all are like... I was like slack-jawed, drooling. Like, nobody's really that pretty in their sleep, okay? So, like... Shiratsuki's got that same mouth that we all have, the, like, droopy face. Like, yeah, this is like a real. This is real. They always make them like, look at how ethereally beautiful they look. And you're like, nobody looks like that when they sleeping. But this one, he's like, kind of like mouth agape, probably drooling a little. Legit. But I like how he just, like, wraps himself around us. That's so cute. See, I knew we should have gotten a CG. So here we go. Huh? All of a sudden, Shiratsuki grabbed onto me. Wait, Shiratsuki!
Coco, I'm still sleepy.
Shiratsuki spoke, rubbing his cheek against me. Oh, geez. He's in a complete daze and mistaking me for Coco. But he rubs against Coco like this. It's kind of cute. Shiratsuki, I'm not Coco, so please snap out of it and wake up already. I struggle to separate myself from him, but Shiratsuki continues to hang on to me with no sign of waking up. He pushed his face into my stomach and rubbed his face in it each time I called to him. He is kind of cute, but I wish he'd stop rubbing his face on my stomach. Marking his territory like a cat. While feeling very self-conscious about it, I tried lightly petting Shiratsuki's head. Aww. Shiratsuki's fox ears moved. He's so cute. His tail's moving around too. Like she's like, Shiratsuki, don't. I'm just gonna pet you. Oh, look at your soft, fluffy ears and look at your tail wag. That's so cute. Shiratsuki showed no signs of waking up at all. I couldn't help but stroke his hair and ears, wondering if I could get out of this situation. I mean, it's so funny because you're like stroking me, you're like, I need to get out of this. But like, it's kind of fascinating at the same time. Legit. Like, that's exactly what you would be doing in this situation. You wouldn't be like, oh no. I mean, you'd be freaking out. You'd be like, I need you to get off of me. And how do I? But your ears are soft. Look at your tail, like, that's so cute. But I need to get out of here. But also, exactly be torn. Great. Now I'm feeling sleepy. I wouldn't get in trouble for taking a small nap here on my break, but it was easy to misinterpret. I'm sure Sammy would tease me for ages. Oh, look at his happy face. Shuffling about in his sleepy stupor, Shiratsuki's face was now buried in my chest. Think he might realize that that's not Coco's chest. Also, he just curls up and Coco's like, Jesus fucking Christ again.
Coco, your body. Wasn't always this soft. It's quite comfy.
It's just funny that he just curls up with Coco. Like, I mean, they're foxes. So there's some animal instinct, and like, foxes would do that. It's not weird. You know what I mean? Like dogs, cats. So like, yeah, it would make sense that like Fox Ayakashi would do that. Hey! Even I could tell that my shyness was turning into anger. Quit it already! I pushed Shiratsuki off me and backed away.
Whoa! Huh?
Shiratsuki's expression was disoriented, having just woken up and not knowing what was going on. Although by looking at the situation around him, he seemed to understand what had happened.
Apologies. Was I moving around in my sleep?
You were, very much so. But even if you were to latch onto someone like you did, and then,
just what did I do?
Anyways, you grabbed onto me all of a sudden. That's rude to a woman, you know?
You're right. I apologize. I mean it.
Shiratsuki put his hands together in front of his face, offering an apology. I mean, he was sleeping. He thought you were Coco, so.
I truly am sorry. And the only one who wakes me up is Coco, so I must have thought you were him. Now that I think of it, Coco wouldn't have pet me. He either kicks or hits me awake.
Yeah, he's like, I enjoyed the petting. You're like, oh, you were there for that.
I should have just realized what happened, but I couldn't win against how sleepy I was.
Seeing how cute Shiratsuki was, his ears pointed down as he explained, made my anger subside. All right, I'm not angry anymore.
Are you sure?
It seems you did just make an honest mistake, and you're apologizing so much. I'll just consider what happened an accident.
I'm thankful you're being so understanding.
Shiratsuki shyly scratches at his cheek.
It just felt so nostalgic being petted by someone like that.
Nostalgic?
Something from the past.
Shiratsuki narrows his eyes and smiles, leaning back against the tree. It better not be like,
once upon a time, there was an Ayakashimori and I was totally in love with her.
And like, whatever. I don't want the dead girlfriend thing, okay? Like, I mean, you've been alive for fucking forever, so like, you've had a lot of girlfriends probably. But like, I don't need the like, you know, oh, I always think about her. You remind me of her. That's not sexy. That makes me sad. Like,
it's quiet and feels nice here in the field. A perfect place for an afternoon nap. A Coco isn't here either.
Wait, Shiratsuki, are you going back to sleep?
There was much to do last night, and I didn't get enough sleep.
I'm guessing what you were doing wasn't work, was it?
You've gotten to know me well, haven't you? I'm the type who knows when to stop working and go get to bed, even if the work isn't done yet. I was so engaged in reading a fashion magazine from the real world last night, that time just passed by so quickly.
A fashion magazine?
A new issue I obtained from Yakumo.
I'm glad you had so much fun with it. I smiled a listless smile.
Also, this place is great for an afternoon nap. Such a waste to sleep in my own room.
Is that true, though?
Oh, but it is. Here, why don't you give it a try?
With that, Shiratsuki patted the spot beside him. It seemed he wanted me to take a nap with him. Don't nap or nap with him. I feel like we should nap with him. But don't nap because we're on the job, but also... Oh! Oh no, we have to create a save file. Fuck. Can we go like... Oh, we can't go backwards. How many do we get? We have to do our save files this way. Okay, we'll save here. In spot 100. And we'll go backwards. Think we're going to be able to figure that out? I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll, like, be able to go back and go save one. Okay, that's where we're doing the nap thing. Okay. All right, so we take a nap and we don't nap. Okay, well, all right. Don't. No, sorry. I'm on the job right now. Oh, bad ending if we nap, I bet.
Oh, and that's always the case with you. It's fine being serious about your work, but it's important to relax once in a while, you know? If being on the job is the issue, think of this as a space to trade ideas with the Shire of Kikutsune.
How do you work that? Well, how do you work out that an afternoon nap is a way to exchange ideas?
Oh, come now, what's the harm? Don't be so stiff about it.
At this rate, it seems Shiratsuki wouldn't back down no matter what I said. I started to think how it might be best to just accept his invitation than to keep arguing meaninglessly. All right, I'll join you. It must have been surprising that he accepted so easily as Shiratsuki's eyes opened wide. Look at his little face! Look at his little mew face! He then grinned.
It seems you're understanding things better now.
That's thanks to you. I sit down next to Shiratsuki and lie back on the tree trunk just as he was. Wow, this fits so perfectly. My body fit right into a depression in the tree, creating a comfortable feeling as if I were just sitting in a well-made chair. I couldn't stop myself from getting drowsy.
So, feels good, doesn't it? You get why it might make one feel so drowsy.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It just feels so natural, as if I've become one with the tree. Like I just want to stay here longer. My mind grew vacant and my eyelids grew heavy.
If you're sleepy, how about you just rest? I'll be the one to wake you up this time.
No, I can't ask that of you.
It's a simple break. If you're seen by anyone, I'll simply explain that to them.
All right, thank you. Can you wake me up after a short while? I wonder, it's weird because we say don't nap and then we do it anyway. But maybe it's because we're like, yeah, I can't, I'm working. And then Shiratsuki, like, does his whole, like, convincing thing and maybe that gives you more points with him. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, it's great to be, but you should do that. And you're like, yeah, okay, good point. If we were just like, all right, he's like, you know, he doesn't get to, like, do his little convincing bit, I guess. Because, I mean, we're napping either way, so it's weird. Curious what the difference is, you know? But anyway.
Yes, leave it to me.
I closed my eyes with Shiratsuki's reply. I think I'll be tired. I did some cleaning and packing today, so my body hurts. I still have so much shit to pack.
She's asleep. What a silly girl she is.
Oh, it's a different, I guess that fancy border. Well, I mean, it's just a black border, but...
She makes herself look like she's fine, but she tries so hard all the time at her job, so she must have been so tired. She really is just a normal girl. And just what sort of karmic fate led her to work at a place like this, so unsuited to a young woman? Well, I'm sure this is some sort of fate as well. At the very least, just sleep in peace for now. I'll stay here by your side.
How sweet of him. Chapter 2, Map Select 4. Alright, I'm sure we're going to Kikutsune. Again. We are to see Shiratsuki. Nope. To see Shiratsuki. Of course we are. As usual. Which is real? Common Route, Chapter 2. As I've gotten used to my work, I've come to look forward to doing my patrols on my own, but I felt tired from being so busy. We should have been doing those in tour guide Spacey voice. We're in Chapter 2, and here's the title of the subsection, whatever the fuck it was, I forget already. And like, what are we, 10 hours in now? I don't even know where the fuck we are, to be honest, but whatever. Today I ran around all over the place, finding out why a Chochin Kozo's? Why a Chochin Kozo's light wouldn't light. But I was finally at my last spot for the day. Ugh, I'm so tired. I still have my report to do when I get back to the office. Plus the documents I turned in the other day had some errors on it and got returned to me. I had to fix those and turn them in again. I just couldn't get myself motivated again. Still, all this... yawning, sorry. All this sighing will probably just get me even more down. I should try and think of something fun. While in my thoughts, I saw Kinka. Ouch! Spacey! God damn it! Fix the lines between frickin' Tamamo and Kinka. Why are they not coded properly? It drives me bonkers. That's my big gripe. I mean, aside from the... Okay. So far, for the last few bits, we haven't had any issues with, like, what the fuck is oh, okay. Like, we had a couple of times in the beginning, and it was like, the fuck is going on? And then you figure it out, but it just seemed weird. It's not, like, you know, that bad. It is, like, every single time we go to the map select, almost like it's a different day. You know? So, like, time is a little awkward in this game. You don't know how much time's going by. Has it been, like, 2 days? Has it been 2 years? Like, I don't know, you know? I'm sure it's only been, like, weeks, months, something, but... You don't really get the time flow here. I mean, you don't really get it in most games. And they're also awkward. Like, the other day, 6 years ago in the game, or it's like, do you remember a while back? Literally yesterday? Like, they're always weird with that, so I guess that's not a big deal. But it drives me bonkers that, like, Kinka and Tamamo call us fucking Shino and not Spacey. That is not coded to take the name that we put in. It's annoying. I don't like it. Don't let me change the name if all the characters are going to call me by the wrong name. That bugs me. I mean, it's only the 2 side characters, but it's like, why? Why did you do this to them? Why'd you do this to my girls? Anyway. Hi, right? Even the little bird's mad. Anyway. Oh, Spacey! It's been a while, Mew! Kinka, hello. It has, hasn't it? I'm so lucky I saw you, Spacey. Mew! Are you on patrol right now, Mew? Mew is in everything. Are you on patrol, Mew? I feel like she should just, like, instead of now, she should just say Mew. I am, but I'm actually just about to head back now. Aw, too bad, Mew. I wanted to come with you since we met up and all, Mew. Oh, Kinka, my patrols aren't to have fun. I just have to get back right now, so how about we go out somewhere another day? I knew they were to have fun, Mew! I want to go somewhere, yeah! Alright, we should visit Tamamo and walk through some of the sweet shops, too. Yay! I'm so looking forward to it, Mew! I had forgotten how fatigued I was during my conversation with Kinka. I really have to thank her for that. I mean, like, look at her outfit. Like, girl, like, is that her fucking tail, that poofy thing? A poofy pink and white? Or is that just, like, does she just have, like, a poof on the back of her dress? Or she has, like, the poofiest tail. Like, I don't even know. Hey! No one asked you! Stop being an asshole! Like, it's, like, poofy on either side. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's her tail, like it is just this big boofy tail, or like she has floofs on her dress and then also has a tail. Like, girl's rocking a lot of shit, but I love her. Whoops, wrong button. I don't mean this is just part of my patrol, but has anything troubled you recently, Kinka? No, Mew. Today's a good day in Kikutsune, Mew. Oh, good. That's a relief, then. There is something, though, Mew. Huh? So you do have something troubling you? That just now wasn't me, Mew. What? But that voice just now... Over here, Mew, here! I turn around in surprise at the voice coming behind me, only to see Kinka there as well. That one looks paler, doesn't it? Like it looks slightly more, like her hair looks slightly lighter, unless I'm crazy. Doesn't she look a little bit, and like the eyes look a little bit paler? Like trying to spot the difference. This is like play spot the difference, holy shit. I have a problem, Mew. Even if I get my nail polish on neatly, it gets all messed up when I sharpen my claws, Mew. What? Huh? There were two Kinkas in front of me. It was such an unbelievable sight that my mouth hung open in shock. A doppelganger? Is she about to die? No, it doesn't seem to be a ghost either. Do Ayakashi even become ghosts? Wouldn't you become a ghost before you die? Like after? Ayakashi do things that are extraordinary to humans, maybe even making mere beings of others. Then I realized it. I get it. Someone's transformed into you. That's right. Can you figure out which one's the real one, Mew? One of us is Shiro in disguise. Oh my god. Oh, that's right. That's her little tail. With the puff and then the little stuff on it. So she just has puffs on her pants. Okay, well, her, like, skirt that goes all the way, like... So the back of her skirt just has poofs. And then that's her tail. Oh my god. Well, I would say the one with the tail is Kinka, because we haven't seen the other one's tail, and... Which one of you is Shiratsuki? Oh, jeez, I can't tell you apart at all. I'd heard of Kitsune imitators, but I didn't think they were able to do so this perfectly. They're completely alike, just like copies. Ta-da! I'm sure you get it by now, but this is the Guess Who's Really Kinka game, Mew! Win a prize if you get it right, Mew! A prize? What prize? My custom catnip perfume, Mew! You'll be loved by Nekomata and regular cats alike, Mew! I think I'd like for cats to come to me. Okay, now they both... now they both have the tail and they both look identical. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, alright then. Who's the real Kinka, Mew? I stared at the two Kinkas beside each other. The more I stared, the more alike they were. Even knowing that one of them was Shiratsuki, it was as though there was some sort of mirror between them. Well, I guess Shiratsuki's your boy if you're, like, bisexual, because he can turn into Kinka, and then there you go. You know what I mean? You're like, you could be a pretty girl, you could be a pretty boy. Sure. Though, looking closely, the way they smile looks a bit different. One with a smile that looks like a grin, and one with a carefree-looking smile. Shiratsuki must be the one with probably the grin, because Kinka's carefree. We're the Shiratsuki one, right? Hold on. Yes, the grinning smile. The one with the grinning smile is Shiratsuki, isn't it? Right, Mew. Oh, right. I don't need to change how I spoke just now. I figured that one was Shiratsuki. Glad I got it right. It's amazing, Mew! Congratulations, Mew! I was so confident in my abilities to transform. I may renounce my title of the Transformer if you're so easily able to see through me. He had a title? You're like, the Transformer? The Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, the whole Transformers gang's a little pissed you took their title and decided you were the only one. Like, what the fuck? I've never heard anyone call you that before, Mew! You can't just make stuff up like that! Oh, never mind my jokes. How did you know which one was me? Well, I guess your smile just seemed very Shiratsuki-like.
Very me-like.
Oh, I just mean it felt like it was you. It was a bit difficult to explain it. It wasn't just a random guess, but I thought that one was you.
So, what you're saying is you looked for my true essence in making your decision.
Well, it's not that big of a deal. It is. It's like you knew him. No, you know him so well, and there's just some kind of a bond there that you're like, I recognize that smile, even if you're dressed like Kinka. I know your smile, Shiratsuki. I know your soul.
Oh, but it's a gift to recognize me and get the right answer in that way.
It's no gift. I just thought that might be the case.
It can't be built from knowledge or experience. Some people just don't have the vision. So I must say, you really are quite something.
Thank you. Praising me in such a grandiose manner, I felt my cheeks grow a bit red and had a somewhat ticklish feeling.
Hey, Spacey! I'm a bit upset.
Upset?
You had to guess the real Kinka, but it ended up being the Guess the Real Shiratsuki game, Mew. This isn't fun, Mew.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Kinka. Just kind of ended up being about Shiratsuki.
Oh, either one is just fine. We're meant to have fun either way. No, Mew! I wanted you to choose me!
Right, I'm sorry. How about we play the fine Kinka game next time, okay? Kinka was pouting after being put into a bad mood.
Okay, and then I'll turn into Shiro this time. Try and guess which one is me, Mew!
We're doing it now?
What do you think? I look just like Shiro, huh?
You do, but you transformed right in front of me, so I already know that it's you, Kinka.
Ah! No, Mew! Good lord, don't meow like that. It gives me a very uncomfortable itch.
Oh, whoops. I accidentally skipped that.
I'm sorry. It just slipped out.
It's Shiratsuki's appearance, but it exudes so much Kinka. How should I put it? Shiratsuki looked just like Kinka, and Kinka looked just like Shiratsuki. But something else was different. Kinka's smiling the way she always does, and oh, that's it! Shiratsuki's smile. It might have just been my imagination, but I felt Shiratsuki's smile was forced. I always thought he was having fun, though. But if Shiratsuki's faking his smile, I wonder why he does it. I stood there and thought as I looked at Kinka's carefree smile on Shiratsuki's face. Should have just gone along with him, but like, wow, I don't know. They both look like Shiratsuki. Which one is Kinka? Oh my god. You know what? Hira and Takao. Chapter 2. Oh, Chapter 2, Common Route. Hira and Takao. Okay.
Let's play again. It's gotta be really soon. You better come tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
I said my goodbyes to the Kitsune kids and went back to walking my rounds. Kitsune kids! I questioned them about the fire incident and agreed to play with them after, but wow, these kids have a lot of energy. I played with the kids for a little while and planned to apologize for the other day, but they weren't bothered at all. What a relief. Those kids really saved me some grief there. I wonder who the real culprit behind that incident was. But because of it, I was able to talk to Shiratsuki. I'll be too busy when the event... Oh, what's happening? Not again. I keep feeling dizzy lately. I went to the side of the road and waited it out. I just visited the real world yesterday, too. I've been leaving Sakuratani to go back... to go back home more frequently, but it hasn't been helping much. I wonder if something else is causing this. The doctor back home said I was perfectly healthy. It seems like a spell. If that's true, maybe the only explanation is that my body isn't compatible with Sakuratani. If that's the case, I just have to deal with it. I wonder if there's a bench nearby. Oh, I saw some familiar faces as I scanned the area. Hira and Takao noticed me too. Yo! Hey Takao, hi Hira. Visiting Tamamo's store again? I tried to hide my condition with a smile. You look terrible. What? Hey, come on. You don't talk to ladies like... Wait, he's right. You look terrible. What's going on? To think I'd be found out so quickly. He's like, don't talk to you. Actually do look terrible. Wait. I love Takao so much. I didn't know it was so obvious. I thought a little rest would be enough to hide it from the others. Takao, let's fly. What? Let's take her and fly. Come on. Huh? Wait a minute. What are you... My eyes followed Hira up into the sky for a moment before he disappeared completely. He vanished. Wait, no. He flew away? Oh, of course. Tengu can fly. He didn't seem to flap his wings at all. Rather, he jumped into the air with little effort. Fine. It seems he's spoken. So, do you want to come with me? Sure, but where are we going? Not sure. Let's just go before we lose him. Ah! Takao lifted me up with ease. We get a CG with Takao. Oh. She's like, the fuck is happening? Her face is so funny. Oh my god. But like, oh, that's true. It's funny because there was like, I don't know why it took me so long. Look, a lot of this is going to remind me of Ayakashi Romance Reborn, but I totally forgot what's his name. Well, I cannot remember his name right now as a Tengu, right? Because I'm like, all right, yeah, he had black wings too. Okay, yeah, and I don't know why it took me that long to put the pieces together and remember. We've dealt with a lot of different like Ayakashi forms in that game, so I'm used to some of them, you know what I mean? But anyway. Huh? We were in the sky before he could blink. I won't fall, will I? Under the Fujizakura. Common Route, Chapter 2. Okay, I'm never going to remember reading that in Tour Guide Spacey voice, so whatever, you know what I'm saying. He flapped his huge wings as we descended and let me go when we neared the ground. Way different from an Oborogoruma. I always gotta pause before Oborogoruma, because it just doesn't want to come out of my brain right. Takao held me tightly, but that floating sensation and the wind whipping around us was a bit scary. Even though I trusted that he wouldn't drop me, I was still clinging to him as hard as I could. I'm sorry, Takao. I didn't mean to grab onto you so tightly. Did I hurt you by accident? Oh, did I pick you up very suddenly? Oh, no, sorry. Oh, I did pick you up very suddenly. Don't worry about it. You could have even held on a little more. If I held onto you any tighter, I might have squeezed the life out of you. Yes. I might have dropped you then. As we continued talking, we approached Hira, who was laying in the grass without a care. So this was your plan? Takao smiled wryly without saying much else. Hira fixed his gaze on a Fujizakura tree, its flowers swaying delicately in the wind. You should rest here for a little bit. Huh? But... Your body hasn't adapted to Sakuratani. It's why you look so pale. The best thing for you is to get away from Ayakashi and be still. You could have said that earlier, you know. Takao sighed, but he wasn't angry. Hira turned over, his back now facing us. I do think it's better that you do this, as opposed to continuing in your condition. All of a sudden, I had 2 Tengu caretakers. I'm grateful, but I really have to get to work. Thank you both, but I need to report it to Sami right away. Sami right away. Why can't I can't read. I'm like, report in, but it's a report it to Sami right away. I need to explain why I'm off my patrol route. The Ayakashimori are so troublesome. Hira glanced at me with an absent-minded yawn. I'm sure they have their rules. Why don't you just tell them that you have to monitor Hira and me? But Takao, we aren't doing anything wrong. She just has to tell him something. Do you want her to rest or do you want her to keep working? Your choice. What's with you? You know what? Takao didn't look like he wanted to explain. He ignored Hira and pointed to the device I held in my hand. Hurry up and call him already. I'd rather not have to carry you to Nakakuni because you fainted again.
Right. Just focus on resting. You'll be useless if you keep this up.
You could have said that so many other ways. But he's right. I knew they were both right, and I wanted to figure out what was going on so I could make sure it didn't happen again.
Humans always push themselves to the brink.
He's spot on. I've got nothing to say to that. Well, that's because that's what we're trained to do. We don't have like 7,000 years to just take our sweet-ass time. It's like we got a short window of opportunity and then we're dead. And then that short window of opportunity, we have to work ourselves to death so we have enough money to not die for a year after we retire. Before then, we're like, fuck, I don't have any money, now I better die. Man, being a human kind of sucks. Shit. And this is not the type of work that can be done all at once. It takes time for newcomers to adjust to the Sakuratani climate, though it's very well known that new hires always do this to themselves.
Do you like making everyone take care of you?
Of course not. Hira, you didn't have to say it like that. Okay, he's just saying that you need to rest more often and get your body used to this. I wonder if he really thought so, but he was the one who brought us here in the first place and told me to rest a while. I could take issues with his choice of words, but it'd be better to look at this as his way of helping me. Ayakashimori are supposed to go back to the real world from time to time to let our bodies rest. Yes, it is your home after all. I've seen this place break down even the toughest practitioners out there. So Takao has seen this sort of thing before. I've been trying to visit the real world as much as I can lately, but it seems like it's not helping me recover much at all. I know I don't get overworked. Even when I do a little overtime, Sammy always gets on my case to finish faster. My sleep's been okay too. Maybe I just don't have what it takes, skill or otherwise, to be here in Sakuratani.
I've heard of this. Our world is overflowing with Ayakashi power, so it takes its toll no matter how insensitive or dull your body may be.
Hira, not this again. Oh, Takao, it's fine. Apart from Sammy, Hira might be the only one willing to talk to me like this. I cut in for a moment to interrupt his scolding. After a brief surprise, he nodded with approval. It is pretty rare for him to talk so much.
If you don't want to listen, I won't talk. Just lie down and be quiet.
I'm listening. You might be a little rough around the edges, but I can tell you're concerned about me.
You sure are bold.
I just appreciate your ability to tell it like it is. Hira's honesty was refreshing. However, that alone wouldn't solve my issue. It was clear that Hira found all of this annoying. Overworking myself might just make it worse. This is probably his way of letting me know that. Oh! At the sound of the emergency alert, I rushed to pull up my device so quickly that I fumbled with it in my hands and almost dropped it. Rather than coming from a specific Ayakashimori, it seemed to be an alert from Seimi's Shikigami. A Kitsune and a Tanuki are fighting in Kikutsune. I'm the closest one to it! Oh. As I looked up, I saw Hira standing there glaring at me. He didn't seem happy. Hira, I have to go. I'll contact Seimi. I would think that maybe when you want to romance Hira, you contact Seimi and you listen to Hira, because that would give you points with him. So I have a feeling because we're not trying to romance Hira, we say we have to go. That would be my guess here. Yes. Okay. Chapter 2, Kamura. I have to go. I have to go. I'm so...
Were you listening to a word I said?
Huh? I started walking off, but in a flash, Hira was standing right in front of me. Did he teleport? Wow, are Ayakashi that fast? Okay, I can be impressed about it later. I was listening. I really do appreciate your concern, but this is my job, and I can't just not go.
You're too much. Kitsune and Tanuki always fight. Why don't you just let them be?
Oh, definitely. I'm sure Shiratsuki, Koko, or some other Ayakashi would break it up anyway. Caring. Common Route Chapter 2.
You can't do everything on your own anyway. Takao can handle the rounds in Amatsuna.
What? Why me?
You always do it anyway.
Well, I guess if this'll give Spacey a little breathing room, I can do the rounds. What do you say? I don't want to cause anyone any trouble, but I do know how I'm feeling right now. Also, I do appreciate his appreciate? That came out weird. Appreciate his kindness and could use a little help with this. It really is more work for him. I'm gonna stop putting up this front and accept their kindness. I'm sorry. Only if you don't mind.
I think a simple thank you would suffice.
He's not wrong. Besides, a little thanks makes things like this worth doing. Good point. Well, thank you. I'll take you up on your offer and rest a bit.
Well, if this is all settled, it's nap time. Have a good one, Takao.
What the hell? I'm going on patrol, but you better be keeping an eye on her. If something happens, it'll defeat the purpose.
No way. I don't want any chores.
Typical Hira denial of Takao's request. I felt bad for him, but wanted to laugh so hard. Takao slumped his shoulders in exasperation. Oh, I love our fussy boys. They're just such a fucking problem. All of them. They're just so problematic. But like not in like, oh my god. Red flags everywhere. It's like, oh my god, you were just like, oh my god. It's like, no, stab it, puppy. You can't go anything. No, stab it. They're just like toddlers you're chasing all over. You're like, oh god, or like little animals. You're like, no, stab it. No kittens on the counter. You're just like, oh god, it's so funny. They're problematic, but like in very like, they just fight amongst themselves and they just do shit. And you're like, oh my god, it is. It's like wrangling cats. You're like, there's just like 30 cats in this house and I just don't know what the fuck to do. I can't keep them off the counters. They take one off, another one jumps on. Like, just like, you're like, it's kind of funny and amusing, but you're like, oh, for God's sake, stop. I love it so much. So, do you want her to rest or not? Which is it? Hira didn't respond. I don't know if he was even listening to Takao. Maybe he's pretending that he didn't hear him. Their exchange lifted my mood a bit. Hey, Spacey, I know he's saying all this, but he'll step up if he needs to. Don't worry. Okay, gotcha. I know this is pretty last minute. We'll be okay. Go on ahead. Takao nodded at me with confidence and flew off shortly after. Hiro watched as Takao departed, then lay down under the Fujizakura tree and shut his eyes. I'm like, do we get like a napping scene with Hiro now? Water pipe incident. Common Route, Chapter 2. I muddled over my thoughts under the Fujizakura, but was pulled back to reality by a harsh sound. The emergency alert went off again, and I pulled up the screen to turn it off. And that's loud. Sorry, the emergency sounds always bypass the silent mode settings. Well, I wasn't asking. Hiro remained still and uninterested. I read that the water pipes in Amatsuna burst, causing an office of Kappa to drift away. Oh no. Why is that so funny? Wow, slow and steady might not win this race. What? He responded to my mutterings and I felt my face burn. Nothing. So, I just got word that water pipes in Amatsuna burst open, and that overflowing water caused the workers to drift away. It just seems so funny. Okay, so I clicked that too fast, but Hira stared at me. Yeah. What? That's something we should go deal with. Well, Takao's gone on his rounds. I'm sure he'll check it out. It's fine. Unless he started in the Field of Autumn Leaves, he might not even know what's happening. The first call was from Kikutsune. Considering the Ayakashimori available, then... And don't tell me you're going. The Ayakashimori are going to be short-staffed. I'd like to go help if I can. I decided to be honest with Hira. What? If it's so bad that it sent Kappa adrift, then other Ayakashi who were nowhere near as good in the water are probably in trouble. Also, a water pipe bursting is an infrastructure nightmare. How will they bathe? Oh, one day won't hurt anyone. And besides, if you really need a bath, you can go to the river and bathe with the mermaids. Those two things are very different. Oh! I got so dizzy and almost tripped, but I felt something strong holding me up. Ugh, fine then. Thank you. I felt bad and reflexively wanted to apologize, but I stopped myself and thanked him instead. You're a ton of work, you know that. I knew I was giving him grief and started to feel bad until I felt myself floating. Okay, if we got a CG with Takao holding us while flying, we need one with Hira. Maybe we'll get one on his route if we don't get one now. Huh? What the? He was holding me sideways. He was so strong he carried me like I was a princess. I had so many questions, but asked none of them. If you talk, you'll bite your tongue. I closed my mouth at once. Okay, Hira spread his wings further and flew up higher into the sky. Seriously? Seriously? We don't get a CG of that? Okay, whatever, game. We better get one in his route. We're here. The landing was perfect, but my mind was more focused on the fact that his grip on me was much more loose than Takao's. Hira let me go, but my knees were wobbling to the point of it being funny. I thought that might have been the end of me. Thanks, Hira. Oh, whatever. I only came because I'd never hear the end of it from Takao if you went alone. Hurry up and do what you came for. Alright, I'll get right to it. I got a grip of myself and ran up to the Kappa who were gathering near me. Is everyone okay? I want to know what happened. Are there any Ayakashi who were injured?
Everyone's fine. This was honestly the punishment they needed.
Punishment?
These places that have devices to pump water in from the river are dangerous. They're off limits, but some idiots always come here to play. Every time it happened, Ayakashimori from Nakakuri would call us and tell us their water stopped. It was a lot of trouble. I hope this teaches them a lesson. My work keeps piling up. What do you call it? Overtime? It'll be a ton of that.
The Kappa sounded like a lot like me if I were dealing with a situation like this.
Hey, it just reminded me of my old swamp. It was always so complex and interesting. So many tree roots would spread out on the ground. You could run around and hide among them. It was always so fun. But no matter how strong and fun the current was, it's not cool some Kappa got swept away. I'll never do it again. Please don't tell anyone.
Their heads bowed in apology as the water department staff looked pensive. I'm grateful. Seems like the water department really took care of this themselves. Okay, I'll just report this as an accident. You have to promise you'll never do this again. After I was done, I noticed Hira looking up at the pump. It seemed to be leaking. Hey, who's going to fix this?
The repair department's here. They're in the water, actually. Hey, and Ayakashimori's here.
The worker called out, and a plate floated up to the surface. A hand with gills made an appearance. Thank you for your support, and thank you for fixing it. I didn't know if they could hear me, but I yelled as loud as I could. Let's get rid of all these onlookers so the workers can do their job. Ayakashi were gathering in clusters, and I started guiding them away from the river. Oh. Immediately after hearing Hira, a voice called out from the water in panic. Watch out! Huh? I turned around and saw water shoot up like a giant pillar. Another valve burst open! Watch out! Both the pump and the valve were made out of metal from Nakakuni. Oh no. A young Kappa stared up at the pillar with its mouth agape. I rushed over to cover the child. I held my breath and waited for the shock. Huh? I heard something being hit, then the sound of something falling into the water. You know, you could have used a barrier or defense spell. Oh. Hira glared at me with an expression of pure disappointment. I'm so sorry, the valve was getting stuck, and when I tried to tighten it, it just flew off! The worker, who already looked pale green, looked even paler as he emerged from the water. Were you hurt at all? I'm okay. Hira protected us.
The Ayakashimori caught me! Let go!
The Kappa child I was holding was flailing his arms. Sorry, I'm glad you're safe.
That was nothing! I could have caught that myself and given it to the workers. If it's in the river, I'll find it!
With that, the kid jumped into the river. I really think they would have been okay. Kappa kids are more resilient than humans. Oh, right. I forgot. I reacted how I did because they were kids. I was already being a burden because I was unwell, but now I've risked my own safety by not using a spell. It was completely unnecessary. I can give you divine powers. What? You're weak. You're unfit for battle. With some powers, you'd finally be useful. Compared to an Ayakashi, sure, but it's not like we're going into battle here. Is that like weird foreshadowing? But I don't need it. I don't like the thought of skipping necessary steps for a power I haven't earned. I'd rather develop what I already have and slowly grow my power for myself. I see. You think you can grow. I can. I'm sure of it. So, will you train me, Hira? Huh? I've heard about how strong you are. If you're already helping me out, I'd love for you to train me too. Time stood still. Hira was stunned. Hira? I don't recall ever saying that I would help you. A cold silence led to his icy response. I knew that was pointless to ask. Although I didn't exactly think it would work, I was still sad that he denied me like that. And, although I never said I'd help, I'll agree to it. Huh? I'll train you whenever I feel like it. It's been millennia since I've trained anyone. You better look forward to this. Humans trained by Tengu end up very strong. You'll be my next Yoshitsune? Yoshitsune. Oh, wait. No, that'll be way too much training. Yoshitsune? As in Ushiwakamaru? Ushiwakamaru. Supposedly trained by a Tengu at Mount Kurama. I can't teach you spells that humans use. You can figure those out on your own. Well, of course. Tengu can't do spells. If they could, I wouldn't have a job. Huh. What's wrong with you? Sleepy? After a while, I realized I stopped responding. Hira was looking at me quizzically. Oh, I'm not asleep! Thank you! The unbelievable just happened. My heart's pounding way faster than when that valve was flying straight for me. Wow, this is a rare sight! The sound of wings flapping was followed by a surprised voice descending from the sky. Takao! I wasn't sure how much he heard, but as Takao landed gracefully, he smiled and nudged Hira with his elbow. Why are you grinning, Takao? Can you blame me? I would have never imagined you helping a human out. Yeah, Hira kind of likes me because I'm a girl. Everybody's into me. I did say whenever I feel like it. If she becomes a pain, I'll let you deal with it. What? You told her you'd do it! Take responsibility or I'll kick your ass, idiot! I just like being Takao because I get to yell. I just feel like he's half angry. I mean, he's like, I would be totally docile and nice, but Hira pisses me the fuck off. You always do that anyway. Ugh. He had no comeback. This must happen often. I remember even on my first day they were saying things like this. Every time I visited Amawa, Hira skillfully dodged work while Takao scolded him. How many times do I have to say it? I'm gonna train her when I feel like it. No, not just when you feel like it. You have to train her on a schedule. Shut up. If you want her to be trained so badly, then why don't you just do it? So, I guess he must be serious about it. To say he'd do it at his leisure. That condition does make sense, considering Hiro's personality. I was skeptical, but held out hope that he would do what he said and actually train me. I can hope for that much, right? I think so. Map select again. Hold on. What time is it? All right. All right. Well, we can at least. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta find where we're going. I'm gonna guess we're gonna go to Kikutsune. Chapter 3. Oh, we're in chapter 3. Oh, I didn't realize we had chapter 3. Sorry, I was looking, my phone dinged, and like I'm supposed to talk to the person I'm renting from and arrange to go do our walkthrough tomorrow, but I don't really fucking know because it's like almost 8:30 at night, so it's like fucking really like I mean, I don't know. You could have at least texted that you were gonna call, but like, what the fuck? Like, it's a little bit like it's getting to the point where it's like, what are you gonna do? Call me at like 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of mad about it because like, I don't like when people are like, oh yeah, okay, we'll call and then I'll call and then we'll schedule the time on Saturday to go do the walkthrough and everything. Okay, cool. And then like I sit here and I wait for a phone call that never happened. Like I don't like that. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't like it because I know I could just be like, oh, I do whatever I want, but it's like I just don't want to be in the middle of like eating or the middle of doing something or like recording, and it's like. But I still was like, well, fuck it. It's like I'm just gonna record parts. But anyway, I'm just gonna pop in here, but we'll stop here just because it's a little under time. But we've been a little over time in a couple parts, so we might as well stop here because this is gonna go over. So, but anyway, Ayakashi cold. Oh no, did he get sick? Anyway, or it's cold. But anyway, we're hanging out with Shiratsuki, and we'll pick up hanging out with him in the next part. So. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.